Okay. Now, I'm arguing with someone about a particular topic. And now, we're talking about albinos. Now, in one of the passages in the book of Enoch, it makes a statement. And I'm talking to them about the statement. Now, it's also worded in an ancient language. Right. And like I told you, the problem is when you don't know something and you don't say you don't know it, you're worse off than acting like you do. Now, in their opinion, I'm misquoting. In my opinion, they're misquoting. It's the whole point to two people who want to see things differently, like Jesus and Satan, for example. That's the problem, too. If you're wrong, yet you persist you're right, how do you know you're truly wrong? So, you don't. You won't even acknowledge you're wrong, Lily. That's the problem, too. No. Right. Now, either we don't know the truth or we do. But if you're in a lie, you can't make the lie, no matter how much you want to include Jesus in it, the truth. Right? You're forgetting that too. See, if you're believing wrong and you ain't even read the whole Bible yet, you're an idiot. Self-righteously declaring a lie like it's the truth. And when you do that, you're really lying. You're really lying. Don't matter if you know you're lying or not, right? Now, how do we get to the truth? You read everything, I know. Both scientific, religious, and otherwise. I know. It's the only way to come to the whole truth. I know. Right. Now, idiot also acts like I only go to the Bible for answers. They don't even do that. I mean, and you can't. The reason is the Bible was written by men who talk differently than we do now, acted differently than we do now, and yeah, maybe they were homophobic differently than we are now. So much so they'll stone your ass over it. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's the question too. hmm Yeah, the problem with that is if you stone someone for it, right? hmm Does that really stop them? hmm 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 But the problem is what? When you act like you know somebody you don't know, you're prejudiced! Whether they're white, black, purple, green, yellow, they're the point. You're being prejudiced. And yet you deny your prejudice. That don't help you and that don't help me if you're prejudiced. And it don't matter your skin color if you're prejudiced towards me. I don't even know who you are, what you look like. You're basing it off of prejudice ideas, not me. I'm trying to tell the truth. And anyone can be prejudiced. Black, white, yellow, purple, or green. Talking about a movie there, but anyway. hmm 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 I know. I guess, but then I won't. They accept my credit card. So. hmm But you know what's doing it. The fucked up computer. I don't know. You're making me. And what it's doing is, without me knowing how it did it, it put all three screens up. I didn't do that. I don't have the knowledge to do that. No, I believe it's human interference. The computer doesn't have AI. You did. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to make me look crazy, or like AI fully exists now when it ain't yet. And denying I'm being hacked too. This is human intelligence. Mm-hmm. 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 And the prejudice, even if it's of my mental illness, still don't mean I'm able to say I raped you. Right? Two different things. And I can say you just are full of shit. That's the problem too. I even talked to you, but briefly, to talk to Jonathan on the phone. You're insane. And, that's not stalking you. Mm-hmm. So, mm-hmm. 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 Now, also, what does an albino look like when they blush, right? Um, though they're anonymous, right? One said, well, blushing is caused by blood rushing to the head, so it will be noticeable as they don't have pigmentation, right? I would think they are incredibly red. Think a black person would not show as much blushing as a Caucasian, so I would say really red cheeks for an albino. Kimberly says, of course, albinos blush. All blushing is when the blood rushes to the cheeks. Albinos don't have skin pigments, so they blush even more obviously than someone with even fair skin because there is no color blocking you from seeing the red. If you can see someone's veins through their skin, then you can see them blush. Now, the reason I'm going over this is one of the statements in the book of Enoch talks about red cheeks, right? Or red, the rosy red, being white and rosy red, right? I'm trying to explain what that means. Now, reason is given in an ancient way of saying it. But not as straightforward as we say things today, right? See, like I'm telling the person, yada means no, right? But it also covers sex, right? See? Right. The text relates that Noah's flesh was white as snow and red as a rose, the hair of whose head was white like wool, and long, and whose eyes were beautiful. Now, red like a rose is talking about something there. What turns red when you what, blush? Your cheeks. Right! But idiot don't want to get this is an ancient language. Then idiot brings up the wrong thing, making again the wrong point. Talking about the drum kit. I paid for the drum kit. Yes. But I can't charge on the websites to talk to the females. And that's a different thing. I paid for the drums slowly, right, on Layaway, right, over the last 5 months, right, actually. They even gave me extension, right. See, I bought the drum kit before the rack. The recent rack, right, two. Now, the thing is, though, right, we're arguing about whether it's true or not, right? The albinism, right? And it's from 1 Enoch 106:2, right? And when it says red as a rose, it means when he blushes, you see red in his face, like a Raggedy Ann or any doll. If he's an albino, is what I'm trying to tell, idiot. See, the thing about the Bible is you got to interpret it according to the times and how they spoke back then, and translate it to now. So when you hear Adam knew his wife Eve, is talking about them having what? Right, sex. To conceive Cain and Abel. But they knew they were naked after they ate of the tree of the garden of good and evil. Right? You heard what I said. When they ate of the tree in the Garden of Good and Evil, it became the Garden of Good and Evil. It was no longer Eden, the Garden of God. We're now in the Garden of Good and Evil. The whole planet. Not just Savannah, by the way. Right. You know I know about that movie too, right? I don't know. And now I'm going to tell them no, that was on that wave for the last 6 months. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When it pops up there. Mm-hmm. 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 And see, this thing's all over the place. I know. I'm not even doing half the thing it's already doing. Mm-hmm. And then they run slow, and then they run slow. Because the human divine intervention is killing us. Yeah. And see, another problem I have with the damn computers, you put the sensor in front of the typing keys, which means you have to go over the sensor to touch the typing keys, which means you might touch it accidentally and fuck up something. You're not as smart as you think you are, computer experts. No, you're not. No, you're not. You would put it behind it so that it wouldn't interfere with your typing. Or in front of it, actually. Not behind it, right? Because then it would interfere with your typing. Right, like now, it's not doing that. And I didn't type the whole sentence. And I don't know. Mm-hmm. And now, for some reason, it went to widescreen when I didn't do that either. I know. Like I said, you make an invention that people don't like how it works, but you won't accept it's wrong. And that's the point, too. I know. You think everything you're doing is so perfect. It's not. No, it's not. We just don't have a choice right now because I can't create my own computer. But if I did, I damn sure wouldn't put the cursor in front of everything. I don't. No. Right. Where you can mess up what you're typing. I would at least have the sense to realize that. You don't, do you, computer experts? You don't see what a fuck up this is. That's how blind you are to your own technology. You think it's all perfect. No, it fucks things up. Because you're a fuck up. You think you know everything, but you don't. And when you make a mistake, you won't take the advice that, hey, this ain't working out. No matter what somebody says, too. Right? Something wrong here. Right. Mhm. Mhm. Bye.